Miss Looper, last but not least, and never forgotten, is the last teacher I would like to speak to you all about. I have known Miss Looper since she first started teaching at PHS as a substitute teacher. I and my friends who had the pleasure of having Miss Looper from the very beginning could see beyond a shadow of a doubt she was most certainly not your ordinary high school teacher. Miss Looper has always had a very wonderful personality and was always kind and caring to all of us, and I can proudly tell you, as I sit here before you, she was an automatic hit with the students. Miss Looper has been another shining example of the greatness that Parchment High School represents. She is a prime example of a teacher who wears her heart on her sleeve and who will never turn her back on a student in need, especially if they are in some kind of trouble. Miss Looper is seen as more than just a teacher to many. She is seen as one of us and has always been looked at as such. Miss Looper is not your ordinary teacher by any stretch of the imagination. Oh no. She is a legend herself who did anything and everything to connect with the students in her own very unique way, and has proven, beyond a shadow of a doubt, to be truly one of a kind. Miss Looper has earned more than just her fame among the students from days long past all the way up to now, and that is their respect, admiration, and above all, love. Her very own unique skills of demonstrating just what a smile and a human heart that she wears on her sleeve every day of her life can do. There was never a time that went by that I did not see a smile on her face whenever I said hi to her traveling to my very next class, or even one that I had with her. Miss Looper has demonstrated to be the very definition of the word perfection in every way possible, because she always used her heart and compassion for her students in her methods of teaching, like no other teacher that I have ever bared witness to has done. Miss Looper has definitely earned her stripes among the students of yesterday and today. Miss Looper has always demonstrated what a student can achieve through hard work, determination, honesty, and ambition to get the job done. There was never one time on record that Miss Looper was never able to bring out the best work ethic a student had in her class that she ever taught. I and my sister are living proof of that, as Miss Looper always brought out the best in both of us. I am about to share with you all, distinguished members of the board and Facebook, just how remarkable Miss Looper truly is, as I tell you a story of how she saved my life during my time in PHS when my epileptic condition had gotten worse over time. It was after school and everyone was getting ready to leave class. I had stopped at my locker to grab my books and then head home. Well, upon closing my locker, I immediately headed down the usual empty hallway where I saw Miss Looper speaking to Mrs. Flor, and as I was headed towards them to say my usual "have a wonderful day," I suddenly collapsed right in the middle of the hallway. After a couple of seconds, I was able to open my eyes and see Miss Looper over my head asking me if I was all right with my eyes struggling to stay open. She stayed by my side while Mrs. Flor rushed to her room to get my seizure medication that my parent and neurologist entrusted to her if the situation ever happened on school property. Miss Looper had no idea what was going on, or of the fact so early on in my school year that I was a student with an epileptic condition, until it was explained to her by Mrs. Flor and my parent as my medicine was being administered to me. When I finally came around, Miss Looper and Mrs. Flor both waited with me until my parent arrived to pick me up at the time. Miss Looper never once left my side in my time of weakness, and neither did Mrs. Flor for that matter. It is a very scary thing for an epileptic such as me to wake up from a seizure and no one is around to help you or explain to you what happened, let alone the fact that seizures can actually kill a person. I was overly concerned about what the next day was going to bring, or what the school was going to spread rumor-wise about me during that time. Miss Looper told me before I had the car door closed that no one was around except her, Miss Flora, and myself, and everything was going to be just fine. The very next day I was asked if I was okay by Principal Lucinda Dorrance at the time, when I had come to the front office, and she told me that she was explained the situation by Mrs. Flora and Miss Looper on what happened yesterday after school, and that if I had anything like that arise during school hours, that it would be taken care of, and I did not need to worry. I immediately had a sign of relief after that. Absolutely no one besides me, my parent, Miss Looper, Miss Flora, and Miss Dorrance knew of that situation pertaining to me. This is a very true story that happened, and although it may not be big news, it was a prime example of the kind of legendary teacher Miss Looper truly is. A teacher who always will be true to her heart, her students, and above all, a teacher of her word when she tells you everything is going to be all right. Miss Looper, by her very kind heart and soul, was truly unique and earned her status of legend by her students of the past and now future. But one label stands above all others, that we, the students of the past, gave her, something more deserving that we could never label no other teacher up here as. That of which is most deserving to her, Miss Looper, you were and always will be mother to us all. Thank you, Miss Looper, for saving my life and for being there for me in my moment of weakness, which could have cost me my life. You kept me calm, and I can't thank you enough. God bless you and everything you do.